Welcome to the German Jewish Show as Gillingham take on Sutton United on their first Tuesday night fixture of the campaign to see if they can keep this good run of form going right at the start of the season. Sutton are going to be tough opposition. We know they're going to be physical like Accrington, so hopefully we can get something away here at the VBS Community Stadium. I'm going to be your host, Reece, to take you through every step of today's game on this German Jews Light show. Thank you very much for stopping by on the channel. And any Sutton United fans here, thank you very much for stopping by also. If you'd like to reach out to German Jews, you can use our WhatsApp, and the link to that is in the description. And if you would like to support the channel, you could do so through Buy Me a Coffee. The link to that is also in the description. And of course, it wouldn't be a German Jewish show without Luke's 11, so let's see what he thinks is the best lineup to beat Sutton United this evening.
Hello and welcome to Luke's 11. Well, who would have thought it? 3 wins out of 3, and the only team in League 2 not to concede a goal sees the Gills travel to Sutton for our first Tuesday night league game under the lights. Sutton have made a positive start to the season with 2 wins from 3, beating Notts County on the opening day 5-1, then beating Cambridge United on penalties in the Carabao Cup. Last Saturday saw them defeated 2-1 to Barrow. However, they did play with 10 men for over 80 minutes. In my opinion, Sutton are going to be a very similar opposition to Accrington, and in Harris's own words, they're going to be organised, disciplined, aggressive and big. That being said, we stood up to the task of Saturday, and I feel we will do the same tonight. I think we'll see some changes again. So that being said, here's my 11. Jake Turner to continue his fine form in between the sticks, and I'm sure he's desperate for another clean sheet tonight. A return at right back for Che Alexander, Max Amer and Shadoji to continue their centre-back pairing with Scott Malone at left back. A midfield 5 of Sean Williams, Tim Diang, Jaden Clark, George Lapsley and Dominic Jeffries, and a lone striker of Ashley Naderson. On reflection of Saturday's game, I feel that we missed that spark in the final third, and we had that in abundance against Southampton, and I think Jaden and George could definitely offer that as again. I think they should come in to give us that little spark, and that's something that I said was missing on Saturday. A score prediction from me, a 2-1 win, Wesgate Gills.
Adam Wesgate is heading to the VBS Community Stadium this evening, so let's hear what his thoughts are for our match-up against Sutton United this evening.
Well, good evening, Reece, and it is a very, very, very nice evening here in Sutton, much better than when we went in December. Not just the weather, but the squad as well. And I see we've made 2 changes. I expected that, to be honest, considering that we've got a decent sized squad now with quality players. It just takes some getting used to having options we can have, and Coleman and Lapsley should do a good job, I would think. But with our current run, I don't want to take Sutton lightly at all, because Sutton look like they're pretty decent. Harris has said so, Harris will play up anyone, just quite sensible tactics. So obviously delighted with the win. I wouldn't be too disappointed with a draw if we get it, so long as we perform well. We've got Crawley away as well. If we get 4 points from 6, that'd be great. But yeah, I'd be happy with a draw, but I do think we can win this. So 4 wins from 4 at the start of the season, I think it can happen, and I'm going to guess 2-1. I'm just a bit pessimistic with Cashkit and O'Brien lurking around. We won't let one in, but I'm going to go for a 2-1, a reversal of last year's fixture.
So what do Gills have to say about their match-up this evening? Let's go over to the German Gills fan zone to find out what they have to say.
Hi Reece, Finn here. On our way to Sutton now. I'm really excited about today's game. I think my score prediction is 3-1, and I think Nichols, Lapsley and Naderson's going to score. Wesgate Gills.
I think the result tonight is going to be 2-1 Gills. Nichols and Nadsed. Up the Gills, no take Gills. Currently at Sutton as well, watching the game. Up the Gills.
Let's head over to the VBS Community Stadium for today's live match reaction. Wesgate Gills. So we're about to get underway at the Gander Green Arena or Stadium, and I just want to give a couple of shout-outs to people that support the channel recently. I want to give a shout-out to Canadian Gills, who donated 10 beers. Thank you very much for support for the channel. It's much appreciated, and he just wants the channel to keep up the good work, and I'm sure we're going to keep going, so thank you very much for your support there. And also the Gibson family, thank you very much for the 5 bits that you bought for the channel, and they say that the kids love the show and the enthusiasm that we bring to German Jewish show, and yeah, thank you very much again for all the support for the channel. It's very much appreciated. And let's go and see if Gillingham can actually pull off a result here on a Tuesday night at Sutton. Oh, he's done well there, Nichols, to depossess. So wouldn't he? Can we get an attack as it goes across the box? Attack and go, yes! And Gills have scored their first attack of the game. It is the first highlight of the game as well. And just after 9 minutes, Nichols depossesses so wouldn't he down the right-hand side, puts it across the box. And I believe that is Naddison who's off the mark there and got Gillingham's first goal of this game and the first goal of the game. And Gillingham so far are scoring in every game this season compared to last season where this was really rare. It's unbelievable to watch, but Nichols depossesses Omar, so wouldn't he? Puts the ball into the box, goes past Dom Jeffries, straight to Naddison. Again, you have to say, that connection, that chemistry they have, obviously, is what we're paying for. And I think it's a pretty good steal as well, because them working together at Crawley, again, is really paying off. But great work by Nichols, good run by Naddison, and Gills are already 1-0 up. So United have launched that ball forward to the right-hand side to build an attack of their own. It's looking pretty dangerous, and turning to take that. He's punched out instead. He's done well, but Gills can now close that ball down as Clay passes that to the left-hand side for Sutton. It goes back into the box by Sutton. This is dangerous for Gills. I need to get this away, and it's a shot by Sutton. It's cleared off the line. It's chaotic at the moment. I could hardly see what's going on. There's claims that have gone over the line, but it hasn't, and now that's gone out for a goal kick. We might have to look at the replay of this one, because that was fast stuff, but it might have been Malone who cleared it off the line in the end. It was... so wouldn't be with the header or the bicycle kick to try and get in the goal. It was Malone on the line who managed to clear it just before it went in the back of the net. That was really hard to keep up with, I have to say, but hopefully I did it justice. And Gillingham just about protecting their clean sheet. Still 1-0 Gills. So Milson with the free kick for Sutton as they're going to launch one into the box, and Gills got some defender to do it. It's headed towards the goal, and Gills again need to clear it, and it's Malone again. Potentially, this wasn't so much on the line, but it has to do something about it because Jake Turner, I don't think, was getting that. And I think it was on target, but it was easily cleared away. It was more of a supporting header and everything else, but Malone had to do a job, and Sutton have got a corner. It's their second best attack of the game so far. Spore a top from Turner, and it could be Naddison on the attack if he can get this down and create something. Gills are on this right-hand side where they scored from last time, and can they work their way in again? The magic between Nichols and Naddison, and Gills could have a chance here if Nichols, if he can get the shot away. He has done. It's going to be Lapsley the shot instead. Oh, and it just goes past the left post. And Lapsley nearly did get on the score sheet. There was a shot initially by Nichols, and it was saved by Jack Rose, it looked like. But again, it should be Lapsley trying to put this on target, albeit it is a bit more of an acute angle for him to try and put it on target. Nonetheless, he should be trying to do this more often. Yeah, I suppose it's a bit harsh to put that on. Oh, it might have even just skim the post. Lapsley should be hitting the target there, unfortunately. But it's a decent attack by Gillingham, and we did nearly double our score. But as it currently stands, it's Sutton 0, Gillingham 1. Naddison's done excellently well there to create an opportunity for Nichols. Can he get the least a shot away and create an opportunity? Can we pounce on the mistake by Sutton? We can't. It's a shot by Dom Jeffries in the end, and Tim De Jong is really upset with not looks like receiving the ball. But again, fantastic work from Naddison to depossess. I think it was Goodliff on the left-hand side. Nichols picks it up. I think there's a little bit panicked, a little bit hurried. Eventually gets to Jeffries. The block by so wouldn't me, and yeah, De Jong looks a little bit upset not getting the ball. But Gills again pouncing on mistakes by Sutton and nearly doubling their advantage. So Milson's got the ball for Sutton on this left-hand side. He can put the ball into the box. Oji needs to deal with it. He has got a header there, but it's another shot by Sutton. It's a good block in the end by De Jong. And it's all bounced around at the moment. Gills got some real defending to do. It's really scrappy. Can they get it away? At the moment, just about get it away. I don't know, the ball's just disappeared. I assume it's in Jake Turner's hands. And Caskett's really annoyed about the situation on the floor. I don't know who that is surrounding Jake Turner. That's Scott Malone, I think. He's in the thick of it today in defence, I have to say. Good work by OG. And it was Eastman, I think, who eventually got the ball out to the right-hand side and then took the ball in and chipped it in. And it was just all chaotic in the end. It was really hard to follow. And I think it was Angle who was trying to get something on it. Then it was Cashkit. And then it was Malone protecting Jake Turner. It was all like it was like a scrum at Twickenham in the end. But luckily, Gills get away with that and hopefully can go into half-time 1-0 up. The ball for Sutton. And Gills had to clear their lines here. They do. And that is half-time. So at half-time, it's Sutton United 0, Gillingham 1. And on the line, we have Adam Wesgate.
Guten Abend.
So, yeah, Gillingham 1-0 up. Are they worthy for the lead? What do you make of the game so far?
I think we are. I've been very pleased with how we've played. We're struggling a little bit in midfield now after the goal. And I'd like to make a note. I thought this through this game. So when I saw them at Southampton and when I saw them against Accrington and here, every time a team presses us, that seems to be the way to stop us quite a bit. When they've gone passive, and Southampton was a classic example, we cut through them, and we did today with the goal. So I think we're going to be glad when we have Hawkins and others back so we can play different options. I'm still being optimistic. We're playing really well, but that's my critical thinking hat on.
Are there some weak players in the middle of the park, would you agree? Because I think, for example, Lapsley's not having his best game. I don't know what you think.
Well, I've defended Lapsley quite a bit this year, but I think that Lapsley's not having a great game today. Wayward passes. I think uncharacteristically Coleman struggling. Dieng maybe he's just coming back to fitness. He's usually awesome for us, and I think he's having a bit of a... He's not having a bad game, but I think they're all struggling a little bit in the middle, and our defence is being exposed. But then the fact that Sutton have made really nothing of note apart from the goal line clearance, testament to our defence. And I'm being positive. It's just you're putting it in there and going, how would this all go wrong? But on the whole, I'm really happy.
You still going for a 2-1 win?
I am. I'm going to stick with the 2-1, and we'll see how many I get right at the end of the season. But I think it was 1 last year, wasn't it?
It was 1 last year, yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll catch up at full time. We'll see if you actually get a score prediction right this evening.
Yeah, see you then.
So we're about to get underway here for the second half at Gander Green Lane, and it's been a scrappy first half, I think. So let's see if Gillingham can pull through, at least get the same from this game, and hopefully 3 points. The joke is you're going to launch one into the box for Gills to defend. They've got to get up in the header. It's gone towards goal, and it's going to be a goal for Sutton. It is a goal for Sutton. But it is offside, and it is the first real moment of this half. And luckily, Gills got away with that on my show. I think it's Scott Cashcott who nipped in behind. He is offside just about, but it's good to show he is a nippy player. We know that. He didn't score when he hit Gills, but we know he has a capability of doing something like that. And if anything, that's a little bit of a wake-up call for Gillingham. Sutton... it can easily get back into this game, and they've just shown it there. Luckily for Gills, it was offside. Still 1-0 Gillingham. It's a bit frantic at the moment, but Nichols has picked the ball, but it's gone over to the left-hand side to Jeffrey. He's off of Dieng. Dieng's gone quite far forward. Can Gills get a shot on goal? Lapsley's it's probably got a lot of space on the right-hand side. It's always likely to be Alexander. It is Alexander who's going to put the ball into the box. Can Gills got the end of this to get the second goal, and they headed away. It is by Gills, but Nichols has picked it up. Can we get the shot away from Dom Jeffries? He's got to get something there. It's blocked. It's gone to the back post. Can Gills get a foot through this? I don't think they can. It's going to be cleared away by Sutton. And I have to say, throughout all this half so far, that's pretty much the best Gillingham have managed to pull off. There's been half chances and lots of scrappy play, but there really hasn't been much moving forward for Gillingham, and Gills on the back foot. And what we're seeing now from Sutton is pretty much what it's been like this half, as Sutton take a shot on goal and it's collected by Jake Turner. Sorry. Jesus Christ. I mean, it's been a little bit like that. Actually, Sutton, the team that looking more likely to score as they came down the right-hand side. It was a good ball in, and was that Cashcott who got on the end of that, who volleyed it towards goal? Luckily, it went straight down the throat of Jake Turner, and Gillingham lived to fight on. But it is 1-0 to Gillingham. Remember, Sutton did that disallowed goal as well from Cashcott. I do think Gillingham are living on a knife edge at the moment. But as it stands, the clean sheet still remains, and it's 1-0 to the Gills. So Kizzy's going to throw this in for Sutton on the right-hand side. Looks like he's going to throw it in long, which we know he's capable of. So Gills have got a bit of defensive work to do. Cashcott has been subbed off, actually, and it's Casimu who came on for Sutton. So I wonder if there's a little bit of spark that's not going to be there instead of Cashcott, but just Gills trying to head this away, and Sutton trying to get a bit of space. It's fallen to Patrick for Sutton, who's trying to get the ball into the box to create something for Sutton. It's a good ball in, headed away by Aymer. And again, it's going to fall to Sutton as well, and he just can't break through at the moment. It's good work by Clay to kind of recycle the play back to Patrick. Again, Sutton trying to find a way through, and Gills just holding on defensively as Dieng tries to head the ball the way. It's getting much more dangerous as it goes towards goal, and it's headed towards Jake Turner by the calm and collectiveness of Malone, again showing his experience. And I have to say, there really hasn't been much for Gillingham moving forward this half. We've had 3 subs come on now. We've got Williams, Clark, and Bon who have come on now. So hopefully it's one up top. We can just see this game through, but I don't want it to be the kiss of death. But we'll have to see what happens as Jake Turner kicked us one long. It's still 1-0 Gills. Hopefully we see it out with a 1-0 victory. Anyway, let's see how it goes. So Sutton are going to throw this one. This will be last chance saloon. Gills need to defend this one more time. It's headed towards the goal. It's headed away again, I think, by Malone. Gills need to put their foot through it, and it's game over surely. And it is game over, and Gillingham win 1-0 again. It's the third 1-0 victory in a row in the league. And we are going to head over to Adam Wesgate for his final thoughts of today's game. It is Sutton United 0, Gillingham 1, and look what it means to all the fans there.
Well, what can I say? Another good result. You can hear it in the background. The fans are going home happy. 1-0, we'll take it. Yes, it was a bit nervous. I'll go into it more in my review about what I thought about how we could improve the midfield and protect our most excellent defence, and it has been excellent. They stopped Sutton from having, well, there was one clear cut where it was stopped off the goal line, I remember, and apart from that, that's it. Difficult to see behind the goal, and it was difficult to see any tactical changes made, because at the start of the second half, it did look like we took control again, but it was only brief, and Sutton may have had a lot of the ball. They may have had, well, they could have had a lot of the chances, but they didn't really create any. So it was nervy from us, but another 1-0. Well, I did hear someone describe us as the 1-0 masters. It's more the Italian tactic. Well, doing Juventus, 24 wins, 1-0 in the league, and I think we might win it then. But happy at the moment. We're in the automatic spots, I believe. So long can that continue. And there's my dad showing me the league. Top of the league. Wesgate Gills.